Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video I am continuing with my declutter series. I realise it's been quite a while. I apologise. It has been about 2 months since the last declutter was posted, and honestly I've just been putting this one off because it's going to take me all afternoon. It's going to take me hours to go through this one drawer, and I need to be ruthless. I need to get rid of so much. Today is the eyeshadows. I was going to do like colourful and more nudie eyeshadows separately, but I think I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid, as they say, and just do all of my eyeshadow palettes at once. So grab yourself a beverage. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. Let's zoom you in and let's just declutter all of the eyeshadows, shall we? So this is the eyeshadow palette drawer. I have most of my eyeshadows in here. There are a few in the next drawer down, but this is the majority of it. I also had a few out up in my drawers that I have on the top, the clear ones, and I've put all of these in here as well. I do believe all of my eyeshadows are in here now. There might be a few extras like hanging around. The Beauty Bay palettes that I have out on display, just out of, well, not just out of camera, they're on display over there. I'm keeping all of those. That's a non-negotiable, but everything in here I'm going through today, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm keeping and exactly what I'm throwing away. I'm not going through these two little tubs at the front. These are my mascaras, and I also have individual like cream eyeshadows and things in here. And that's caused a little bit of a landslide, but I'm not going through this either. I have already done these, so let's pop those out of the way and let's just start on the eyeshadows. So at the front here I have some Huda Beauty palettes. And honestly, I have only ever used the mint one. I got the rose and the lilac ones. I got these from someone on Instagram. They were decluttering them and they were hardly used, but I enjoyed the mint ones so much that I wanted these ones as well. They were really, really cheap because they'd hardly ever been used. But honestly, I just don't reach for these anymore. I think, yeah, the mint one is the one that has been used the most. Do I keep these just because they're quite expensive, or do I get rid of them? I think I'm not starting strong here, but I think I'm going to put these in a maybe pile. Then I think I'm going to try and go through these in some sort of an order. So I will start with the Juvia's Place palettes. The Sweet Pinks by Juvia's, absolutely love this. I used this recently, well not recently, it was for Valentine's Day. Absolutely love this. Considering I don't really rate pink eyeshadow, this is fantastic. Then I do have more Juvia's Place ones. So the Warrior by Juvia's, again, absolutely love this one. I really like this one if I am going away or anything like that, then I will take this one because it's just really great for a really basic neutral brown warm everyday look, but can really be amped up. The glitters are absolutely fantastic in Juvia's palettes. Then I do have more. Let me just dig around. I have the Mauves by Juvia's. This was the first one that I got, I do believe. This glitter on the bottom row is absolutely fantastic. Another one that I really rate for quite basic everyday looks. I think purple can sort of be worn in more of an everyday setting. Really, really like that one. Then I don't know where the rest of my Juvia's palettes are. I've got this one in the next drawer down, which I'm absolutely keeping. This is the Allure one. I can just look at those colours. They scream my name. I absolutely love this palette and I haven't reached for it in quite a while. Will absolutely 100% be keeping. Probably one of my favourite palettes of all time. I really, really love these colours. And then completely on the other end of the spectrum is the Allure 2 palette, which looking at you would think that I would absolutely love, but these just didn't perform in the same way. I really got quite angry actually testing this palette because it's not good. I don't recommend this one at all. I love blue eyeshadows, but these ones were just awful. So getting rid of the blue one. So I think that's all of my Juvia palettes. I'm going to be keeping these 4. I will pop these somewhere. I will quickly just skim over the ColourPop ones because I will be keeping these. So this is the Sweet Talk Pressed Powder palette. Absolutely keeping this one. It's so pretty, and I definitely think coming into spring and summer I'm going to get more wear out of this one. The glitters are incredible. They blend so nicely, so keeping this one. Then I also have the Troublemaker palette from ColourPop, and this is a lot more cool toned, some purples in there, but it's mostly like greys and like cool purples. Again, absolutely love that one. This shade here, Real, is absolutely fantastic. Just all over the lid, blended right out into the crease, maybe with something as like a smoky wing. Really like that one. And this one, Villain Era, as like a pop on the inner corner, is absolutely beautiful. So keeping that one. And then lastly, I have all Amethyst, and I don't think I've used this on my channel yet, but I've used it a couple of times. Again, really pretty colours. Another one that I like looking at this now, I think I'm probably going to reach for more in like spring and summer. You know, we're only just getting into that season, so I will reassess this at the end of summer, but one that I really love, and I'm very glad that it's in my collection. So keeping these 3 ColourPop ones. Then next up, just on the top here, I can quickly go over these because I know I'm going to be keeping these, the I Heart Revolution chocolate palettes. So on the top here we have White Vanilla Cream, and that middle shade here is absolutely incredible. It's almost like a duochrome white, and then when it catches the light it's pink. It's so pretty. Then we have Chocolate Fudge, and this one has all of the warm brown tones. Another one that I could just grab for if I was like going on holiday or something. It's really compact, and you can absolutely do like an everyday matte look or spice it up with one of the glitters. Really pretty. And then lastly we have Raspberry Fool, and this one I didn't think that I would actually use all that much. Like I say, I don't really enjoy pink eyeshadow that much on me, but this one is absolutely beautiful. This peachy shade in the middle is so unique. It's got like such an interesting reflect to it. Absolutely love these. Absolutely keeping all 3. Then next down I can see all of the e.l.f. Bite Size palettes, and these are another one absolutely will be keeping. So these 2 are from the Good Vibes Only range, the new collection that they have come out with. Absolutely love these. The yellow one on the bottom is called Hey Sunshine, and the top one with that beautiful blue is called Psychedelic Dreams. Both of these are so beautiful and are in regular rotation in my everyday makeup looks. This blue, this tealy blue, is so beautiful for like blending out and doing like a smoky wing, and the yellows are so wearable, so pretty. Really highly rate these ones, and these are like £4 each, so affordable, and you get like a full eyeshadow look just in the one little palette. Then I have Hot Jalapeno, I Love You a Latte, and Rose Water. And again, these ones are regulars in my routine. I absolutely love the glitter like shimmer formulas, but mostly for me with these it's the mattes. They're so pigmented, so blendable, and so compact. I have actually recently picked up the rest of the shades in these, and I'm wanting to do like a ranking them like best to, I want to say best to worst, but honestly they're all fantastic. So there will be more testing of these coming up when my e.l.f. order arrives and the other colours come, so keep an eye out for that one. We'll absolutely be keeping all of the e.l.f. palettes. So I have this little divider thing at the side here, and I did have all of my like smallest palettes in these, but I don't think I'm going to keep it that way necessarily. Either way, I have a few of these. I have a green one somewhere as well. These are the Relove Shadow palettes, and I couldn't tell you how much these were, but they were very, very affordable. So we've got the shade Fearless, and this has all of the beautiful oranges and reds. Really, really pretty, and obviously Relove is so affordable, so we'll be keeping that one. Then we have Empower, and I don't know if I've ever used this, but this is all of the like pinks. I've swatched this shade, but I don't know if I've actually used this. I can't think what look I would have done if I did. Anyway, that's a question for another time. We'll absolutely be keeping it. Those colours are beautiful. And then I do have, oh, I've got the Euphoric one, and I've only got this recently. But honestly, all of these shades are shimmery apart from this hot pink on the bottom, and I just don't think I'm going to reach for this. Like, I would need another palette. If I was going to use this, I would need another palette to use it with, because there's only that one matte shade. And yes, you can use the shimmers in the crease, you can use the shimmers to do like a smoky wing or something like that. Am I going to do that? Probably not. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Aha, I knew I had another one, and I knew that it was green. So this is the Express Relove palette, and this is another one that I really, really love. This shade on the bottom, you'll see a recurring theme here, hence the dress. I love green, and I think that green eyeshadow is probably one of my favourite ones to play with, so absolutely keeping this one. I rate this so highly for the price, and I can't remember what the price is. I think it's maybe like £3 or £4. So affordable, and again, so compact. You can take just like one or two on holiday or whatever. Not that I'm going on holiday anywhere, but if I were, then something little like this would be fantastic. Here's your reminder, if you made a cup of tea, go and have a sip of it. Okay, next up, Kiko. This is the Glamour Multi-Finish Eyeshadow Palette in 04. I got this over a year ago, and I have used it one single time when I did a testing video for Kiko. Never used it since. The colours weren't great. I can see on the pile of things that I've already said that I'm keeping that I have these shades duplicated. It was fine. It's a nice small little palette. Am I going to reach for it over something else? No, so I'll get rid of that one. Then I have these two from Body Collection. So we have Medusa and we have Red Sunset. These I think are about £2.50, and they are fantastic quality. Again, something that I reach for more in summer. I don't know, these colours are so like rich and so vibrant. I definitely reach for these more in summer. This purple one on the top is absolutely beautiful. The shimmers are fantastic. The mattes are so pigmented. They did come with like a little spongy brush thing that instantly got thrown away. And again, the greens and the blues, absolutely beautiful. This one, Medusa, I do feel like I need another palette with. These two shades are matte, but I feel like for me, I like to have a few more matte options. However, the shimmers in these are so beautiful. I'm absolutely keeping. Then this is one that I feel like I can get rid of. This is the Makeup Obsession Feeling Spicy Shadow Palette. These pans are honestly so tiny. I can't even fit a brush into them. They are not that pigmented. They weren't anything extraordinarily special. So I will get rid of this one, which is a shame because, you know, it's so cute and so dinky, but the colours just weren't that great. And oranges aren't like a colour that I reach for all that much. So I'll get rid of this one. I told you I needed to be ruthless today, and I absolutely am. This is the MUA Wilderness eyeshadow palette. I tested this recently for a testing MUA video. I think I'm going to keep this for now, but I will reassess very, very soon if I don't reach for this again. I basically bought this because I thought that this shade would be beautiful, but it just sort of blended out into nothing. The green matte is absolutely incredible, but yeah, the shimmers just weren't that impressive. So do I keep this whole thing just for this green? I think I do for now, but I will reassess. Then next up we have the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. This is in the shade Ultimate Utopia. I like this palette. It doesn't knock my socks off like it used to. I used to really rate this very, very highly. However, NYX is not cruelty, well, NYX is cruelty free. I don't want to get sued. NYX claims to be cruelty free, however they are owned by L'Oreal, who is not cruelty free, so I won't use this on my channel anymore. So realistically, I'm not going to use this whole palette up in like my everyday life. There are some nice colours in it, however I'm going to get rid. Then we've got this one, and I tested this, as I'm filming this, I tested this like a few days ago. I'm going to keep this for the time being. This is the 17 eyeshadow palette in the shade 030 Browns. I'm going to keep this for the moment, but it doesn't blow my socks off and I wouldn't recommend it. The shimmer shades down on the bottom row, these three, are really pretty, but again, do I keep this whole palette and do I recommend this whole palette just for those three shimmer shades down at the bottom? I don't really want to, but it's so new. I've only used it once. I have owned this for less than a month and I feel like I can't get rid of it so soon, so I'm going to keep it for now. I'm going to try and use it a little bit more, but it didn't blow my socks off and I don't recommend this one. Then these three here, I'm absolutely keeping these. These are the Profusion 5 shade palettes. We've got Terrific Tulip, and this has beautiful purples and pinks. The shimmers in the middle of all of these, so they all have a shimmer shade in the middle. Those shades are absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful. The mattes are so pigmented, so easy to blend. This one is like pink, but it has like all of the different colours of the rainbow in it. It's so pretty. And then we have Delightful Dahlia. Obviously this shade in the middle is absolutely my vibe. I absolutely love it. I reach for these so often, despite the fact that they were tucked right at the back there. I really do reach for these a lot. Absolutely keeping. And then this one from Profusion that I got in a mystery box and have used a grand total of one time, and I think I'm going to get rid of. So this is the Mixed Metals 10 Colour Eye and Face palette. I just don't, I think I've used this blush maybe once, and I can see I've dipped into a few of the eyeshadow shades a couple of times, but honestly I just don't think that this is the same standard as those £5 ones that I just showed. The colours aren't what I really reach for, and it's just big and clunky, and like I'm not going to use this like shimmery bronzy colour. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I don't reach for it. I won't be keeping. Then let's just do these ones at the front. This is the Revolution Pro New Neutral Romance palette. One of my friends got me this for Christmas, and I have, no, Christmas, birthday? I think it was for my birthday, and I haven't opened it up yet, so I will do that at some point. I will be keeping this. I really rate Revolution eyeshadows. I rate them really highly. Some of my favourites are from Revolution, so I'm sure I will love this one. This is what the colours look like inside. In fact, shall we? Let me get rid of this outer packaging. So that's what the shades look like inside. Absolutely love that. As you can probably tell, I love purples, so obviously this is one that I will eventually reach for a lot at some point. I might do a whole video like swatching this to get me to use it, because it is really pretty and I do really like those colours. So I'll keep that out on my table and I will use this soon. I promise. Then the last one down at the front here is the Beauty Crop Sangria palette, and I tested this fairly recently on my channel and haven't picked it up since. So this is another one that I'm going to keep and I'm going to make myself use because obviously the purples are so pretty. I really like purple eyeshadow just on myself, on my colouring, etc., and these were so pretty. I swatched all of them. They were really easy to work with, easy to swatch, etc., and I only used a few shades obviously in the eyeshadow look that I created with it, so I'm going to play with this some more. I am keeping. Then we're on to these ones at the back. Let me drag these forwards. So this one I will absolutely not be getting rid of, even though this is probably my least used palette and also probably my most expensive palette. So this is the Stila Eyes Are the Window eyeshadow palette in the shade Soul. And this is the eyeshadow palette that I used on my wedding day. I did my own wedding makeup and I absolutely love these colours. They were so easy to blend out but really pigmented. Again, one of my friends got me this for my birthday before I got married, and she said to like try it out and everything and see if I liked it as a wedding eyeshadow, and indeed I did. It was so pretty. I wouldn't change it. I loved how my wedding makeup turned out. However, I think now I would probably choose something else. I need to like leave this out so that I use it because it deserves to be used. It's such a pretty eyeshadow palette, and honestly I could probably count on my hands how many times I have used this palette because it was like so sentimental. I just never like pick it up, and I should because it's so pretty. They're so easy to use, like I say, but one that I definitely need to get more use out of because who is it good to? Like nobody else will use it obviously because it's mine, but like I need to use it more. It's not doing anybody any good just sitting in a drawer. Then next up, this one I won't be getting rid of, but I will say straight off the bat I won't use this on my eyes anymore. It is definitely expired. So this is the Revolution Redemption Palette Iconic 3. So this is the one that was a dupe for the Naked 3 palette, and I absolutely loved this. This was the very first eyeshadow palette that I ever bought. I won't use this because it will probably give me pink eye. However, I do really like it and I'm going to keep it for the memories, you know? Then this one I will probably get rid of. So this is the Collection Malibu Waves eye palette. I didn't think very much of this. I'm sure I have a video testing this and like swatching it and everything. I just don't think that these were very pigmented, and for a purple eyeshadow really there's only the 2 shades that are purple, and all of those shades are like pretty useless to me. Like I don't really use these sort of pinky shades. The purples are beautiful but I don't ever reach for it. It's made its way to the bottom of my drawer here and I just won't use this, so I'll get rid. Then this is another one that I don't think I would actually use on my eyes anymore, and it is completely broken. So this is the Revolution Soph Ultra Eyeshadows palette. So Soph actually has 2 eyeshadow palettes with Revolution now. This was the first one. I really rate this. I loved it so much. My husband actually bought this for me for Christmas one year, so I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. Another one that I'm gonna just keep for the memories, but I won't actually use this. I do believe they still sell this and they still make it. I really, like I say, I really rate Revolution's eyeshadow formula. I think they're absolutely incredible. However, this is just too old now and I don't think it would be safe for me to use this on my eyeballs, so I'm keeping for the memories but I won't use on my eyes. Then we've got another Profusion palette here, and I think I'm actually going to get rid of this one for quite a specific reason. So this is the Amethyst Gems 5 shade glitter palette. So like I said with those Profusion palettes, the middle shades are like this like glittery, like almost like a balmy sort of texture. It's like they've got the glitter primer built into the glitter shadows. They're absolutely beautiful, and I have no doubt that these are exactly the same sort of formula. However, I don't think that I would use these specific shades. The cat has now come over to help me. Jolly good. See, now my problem is that my cat is sitting just here and begging to get out of the door, but I'm sat in front of it, so she's just gonna have to sit there and cross her legs. So this eyeshadow palette, I think that these are the same formulas as what the centre shades are in those other Profusion palettes. However, I prefer a lighter shade for these sort of things, and really I would only use this one, so I might keep this palette for a little while to just use up this shade a little bit more. However, the other ones are just too dark. They're too dark for what I would use a glitter for. I prefer lighter shades to like put down the centre of like a halo eye or something like that, and I wouldn't use these darker ones. I don't really know why I bought this, if I'm completely honest, but I will try and use that lighter shade a little bit more, and then I'll probably get rid. Okay, then this is another one that I am going to keep for the memories, but I won't use on my eyes. I don't think they do this anymore, which is a terrible shame because I absolutely loved this palette. So this is the MUA Burning Embers palette. Does anybody else remember this? Like 2015, 2016 YouTube was obsessed with this palette, and that's where I grew my obsession from. This was one of the first palettes that I bought. These colours on blue eyes, on fair skin, absolutely incredible. The pinky, peachy undertones. It was around about the time, I think, that the Too Faced Peach palette, whatever that one was called, around about the time that that came out, so everybody loved these shades, me included. Another one I've just had for too long. I've had it since around about 2015, 2016. It's time for this to go. Then this one is a hard no. This is the SheGlam Desert palette. I won't use SheGlam. All of the SheGlam Shein makeup that I've found in my collection, I've instantly just gotten rid of. This one is going with it. They weren't good. They weren't good shades. They didn't blend out very well. The mattes weren't pigmented, but Shein is just such a terribly awful company that I don't want anything to do with them, and I don't want their products on my face. So this one is going. Then the last two that we have in this drawer, this is the XX Revolution. Was it XX Revolution or Revolution Pro? How is a person to know? XX Revolution, and this is the Quartz palette. All of these are like really shimmery. Again, like the Euphoric one, I cannot use a whole palette just of straight up glitter. I think I got this in an ASOS face and body box. Some of them are really, really pretty. This one on the top row is really pretty. It's almost like a duochrome, but am I going to use it? No, I am not. It's being decluttered. And then this one I'm going to keep because I think it's really, really nice. This is the Revolution Forever Dynamic Dynasty palette. Oranges are not a colour that I reach for a ton. However, the ones in this are really, really pretty. This pressed glitter, this is like a loose glitter, like the Profusion one. It's like a glitter, but it has a sort of primer glitter glue sort of built into it. Really, really pretty. Rate it really, really highly. I am keeping. And then I have a few in the next drawer down, along with like false lashes and things. So I'm going to get rid of this one because honestly I think I'm probably going to be getting rid of most of the ones in this drawer. This is the Profusion Minimalist palette. I got this in a mystery box and I just haven't used it. The shades are pretty. I'm sure if I were to start using this I would get a lot of use out of it. However, before I like dig my fingers into this and stuff, I think I'm just gonna put it on like Vinted or something because I have other sort of nudie, purpley, dark brown palettes that I would pick up over this one. So before I dig into it, I'm going to send it off to somebody else so that it can live a better life. Then this is the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette. This is in Monster Mattes, so all of these shades are matte. Obviously you have every single colour that you could possibly ever need. In fact, you've got every single colour probably 2 or 3 times in this palette. It's just huge. Like, it's absolutely ginormous. It takes up pretty much a whole drawer, like, and I don't think I could stand this up. No, it's too big. I don't reach for it. If I want these like bright colours, I have my Beauty Bay ones that I rate higher than this one. I picked this up when I very first sort of got into YouTube and got into makeup and stuff so that I could do more colourful looks. However, I haven't really reached for it at all. I mean, there's probably 80% of the shades in here I've never touched. I use this at Halloween. I do use it at Halloween. However, moving forward, am I going to use this over my Beauty Bay ones? Probably not, so I'll get rid of this one. Next up, I didn't realise I still had this. This eyeshadow palette makes me furious. So this is the MUA Tropical Oceana palette. Another one that I picked up when I was sort of getting into doing YouTube maybe about 2 years ago, and I thought, oh brilliant, I've got such a vast array of colours in here, and unlike the Revolution one that I just spoke about, this has shimmers, and I was so obsessed with the Burning Embers palette that I thought that this would be the same formula, and it absolutely is not. These shades are absolute garbage. They are no good. The mattes have no pigment to them. The shimmers are just absolutely nothing at all. I didn't even realise I still had this, and now looking at it I'm like, why have I allowed this to take up space in my drawer for so long? It's rubbish. Do not. I mean, I don't think you can buy it. I don't think they make this anymore, but do not buy it. It's awful. Then this little Beauty Bay palette, this is the Jungle Book 6 colour palette. All of these are mattes. I swatched this, I do believe, and I tested it when I first got this. I got this in the Beauty Bay mystery box like 6 months ago, and I haven't reached for it since then. These just aren't really the sort of colours that I use. Like, if I want to do something neutral, I wouldn't pick this, and if I wanted to do something colourful, I also wouldn't pick this. I do love the Beauty Bay formulas. I think that if these are your colours, and if you particularly love Jungle Book, if you grew up watching Jungle Book and that was like a Disney classic, a favourite for you, and you wanted this in your collection for that reason, then absolutely go for it. Obviously it's only tiny, but these colours just don't really do it for me. I don't think that these little palettes are, I mean, this is the only one that I've got, but I don't think that like this is the best way to like get into Beauty Bay makeup. I don't think that they really hit it on the head with this one. Like, when I think of Jungle Book, I don't think of these colours. I don't know. Not my favourite. It's not bad. It's not at all bad, but it's not one that I reach for, so I'm going to declutter this one. And then the last two in this drawer, before I go on to the ones that I can see just behind the camera that I have forgotten to bring over here, this is the Revolution Chilled eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love this for greens, for golds, for an everyday green look, which is a little bit of an oxymoron, but I do like to wear greens and colours for every day. This just has all of the greens that you'd ever need. Really, really love it. Keeping that one. And then this one is the Forever Flawless Constellation palette. I can't remember the last time that I used this. However, how beautiful, how pretty is that palette? And honestly, I don't even know if I have used this like 5 times. I probably haven't, but Revolution eyeshadows honestly are really, really good. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to make myself use this more, along with all of the other ones that I said I'm going to use more as well. Right, let me get the other ones from behind the camera, bring them over here, and I will talk you through those as well. Okay, so we've made it onto the floor for the last little section, and these are the ones that I had out on my table. So these are the 2 from my project pan. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I've fallen off the bandwagon again for the project pan, but I will drag myself kicking and screaming back into it at some point. So I had the Revolution Forever Flawless Allure palette. This is one that I really, really love. I almost used this for my wedding day makeup. All of the neutrally pinky tones, really, really like that one, will be keeping. Then I also had this one in my project pan, but I think I'm probably just going to get rid of it because I don't reach for it over others in my collection. So this is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette in Brights. Yes, it has all of the colours that you could possibly ever need. However, I don't reach for this over like my Beauty Bay Brights palette. I just think if I want a bright eyeshadow, then I go for my Beauty Bay Bright palette. I don't go for this, so I'm going to get rid. And then these 2 are new ones, so I will be keeping them. I will just quickly skip over this. So this is the Revolution Ultimate Lights Feathered Jewels palette. I picked this up, I think, in the Black Friday sales. I just have never dipped into this, and I need to, because obviously these are my colours. I will keep for now, and another one I will make myself use this. And then this is brand new. I literally got this delivered yesterday. This is the Disney Classics Dumbo palette from Essence, and these colours are so beautiful. There's like marbled colours, mattes and shimmers. I have one single eyeshadow from Essence and I absolutely love it. It's so reflective. It's like a icy sort of champagne-y shade, and I use it all the time just as like a wash over the lid, one and done sort of a thing. And I think that these are going to be like a similar formula. That's the only Essence one that I've ever had. I've never had a palette, so I'm excited to get into this. This will be coming soon. I'm very excited to dive into it. And then I quickly just wanted to skip over the Beauty Bay palettes that I had just out on display on my shelves up here. So I have this little divider thing, and I have all of my 9-pan palettes in this. So I've got Fiery Matte, Nude Matte and Bright Matte. Then I have Midnight, Berries and Earthy, and these are the 9-pan. If I had my time again, I would just dive straight on in and get the 42-pan, because I have the 42-pan in the brights and I have the 42-pan in the neutral, and I absolutely love them. And when I look at like the earthy 42-pan, I feel like I'm really missing out on some of the shades because I only have 9, if that makes sense. So I have these, I'm keeping these, I love these, but I wish I had the 42-pan ones. Then I also have the Beauty Bay Pastels palette. Again, this is another one that I really, really love for spring. I use this a ton. I used this so much last year. One of my favourite looks with this palette is like a really flawless, very sort of full coverage, flawless skin, and then using one of the like blues or greens right on the inner corner as like a pop on the inner corner, maybe with a big wing, obviously lots of mascara. I absolutely love this palette and I'm so excited to dive into that one some more. And I also have that one out on display. Then I have the Retro Love palette. I picked this up as soon as it launched. I absolutely love it. I have been using it an absolute ton, specifically actually Baby Love, this peachy one on the bottom row, just all over the lid, blended out, blended into the crease, obviously again loads of mascara. Absolutely love it. I feel like these shades in particular are best for like just a block colour all over the lid. That's how I've been using them, like off camera most. I feel like the pigment in them is so incredible that that's how I've been using them. And then this one on the top row, Love Train, this one on the top row is so incredibly glittery, but it's like white and it's so punchy and it's so highlighty, glittery, intense, absolutely beautiful. And again, I've just been using this palette an absolute ton and I'm so glad that I picked it up. And then the two 42 pan palettes that I have, before my legs fall off underneath me here, I have the 42 pan Bright palette, and I really need to use this some more because honestly, just looking at this makes my heart happy. It's so pretty. You have every single colour that you could ever need. Like honestly, between these two palettes I could do any look I ever wanted. Does that mean I want to get rid of all of these other eyeshadows? No. But do I love these ones the most? Yes. Don't tell my other eyeshadows, but yes. So really rate this one. And yeah, I just wish I had all of my Beauty Bay palettes in this size. It's too heavy for me to hold. Like I can't hold this and do my makeup at the same time because my arm would fall off. I'm not strong enough for that. But these shades bring me so much joy. Colour and colourful makeup and colourful eyeshadow just makes my heart happy, and I'm so glad that I have the 42 pan in that one. But I'm also very glad that I have the 42 pan in the neutral. So this is the one that launched in like November, and you have every single neutral shade. This one I feel like you look at and you think, yeah, I could do like a neutral smoky eye with that, but genuinely I feel like I can do so many different looks with this, even though it's all like neutrally browns. Like there's little pops of pink and there's like sort of mauvey lilac-y colours, and then there's like greys, and just so pretty and so beautiful, and the mattes blend out so beautifully, and the shimmers are like bam, so intense, so pretty. Rate these so highly. I absolutely love them. So now I just need to get everything back into my drawers. Well, not these, the Beauty Bay ones live out on the shelves because they're so pretty. Everything else I need to put back into my drawer now because my table is just covered in eyeshadow, and that's not helpful to anybody, is it? So I will leave this video here. Thank you for joining me. I have been filming for an hour and a half and I haven't even finished my cup of tea, and this will be cold now. Jolly good. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you want to see the other installments of my Declutter series, I've done everything apart from lip products. I think I've done foundations, concealers, bronzers, blushes. I could definitely do to go through my blushes again. I have heavily invested in my blusher collection recently, but I think next I just have like lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses, lip products, and then I could probably do to go through like my brushes and skincare. Let me know. Decluttering skincare, is that something that you would like to see? Happy to do it. If it's something that you want to see, let me know. Either way, but that is my declutter. I feel like I've gotten rid of a healthy amount there. I've got quite a few in there. I'm quite happy with that. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do a skincare version of this. Honestly, my brain is now scrambled. So I'm gonna go before I start rambling about anything else. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.